The only way to get rid of temptation is to will to it. I can resist everything but temptation. Meaning there is actually only way to get rid of temptation in the world, and that is to submit, to subdue our powers, intellects, strengths and talents to it, to be overcome and surmounted and conquered by it, because ultimately temptation is nothing more than an imitation or a calling of the divine. It's a message, an underlying conversation from the soul, from the unconscious that we repress, that we overlook, deny, refuse all the time. And it's the connection of the soul with divine, invisible, powerful, universal forces that trigger that temptation in ourselves and sense of pleasure, relaxation, comfort, leisure all the time. It's all connected with the universe, and it's also always connected with the soul, the hidden invisible energy that powers all of our actions, achievements, accomplishments, strives. It all happens not just because of the emotions, but also most importantly because of the soul, because the soul ultimately drives the whole body and keeps all of the organs alive, functioning, working, progressing. It all happens because of that invisible energy within ourselves, which we consider the soul, but we cannot achieve an absolute understanding, comprehension, grasp of it, because it always remains out of our reach, talent, and access. That is how the soul has been manufactured and engineered by the universe and also by evolution with so much carefulness that it can neither be um, extracted nor can be taken to laboratories or research centers for experimentations. So, obviously, the only way to get rid of temptation is to submit, to subdue to its powers and tyrannies. Otherwise, we're not getting rid of temptation either, because temptation is the urgent message of the unconscious, of the soul, anyways. Temptation is directly connected with the unconscious representation or the expression of the soul's needs, desires, etc., that we always repress because our power, dominance, ultimately were surmounted and overcome by depression, anxiety, overthinking, and frustration, etc. But if we experience temptation, we can forget all that. We can literally rid ourselves of all the pains, torments, anxieties, at least temporarily, when we are in contact and experience of temptation, when we are at least possessed by whatever it is that our different temptations are. For some, it's education, knowledge, writing. For others, it's phones, bikes, cars, food, eating. It could be anything. But we should actually say yes to temptation and not reject